Alright, welcome back to German with John Berlin, and this is the next part of the previous lesson in which we had begun with the genitive case. As long as we were making sentences with the names, it was pretty easy, just like in English. That is the room of John. We could say that is John's room. Yeah, das ist das Zimmer von John. Das ist John's Zimmer. Very easy. And if it was a name of a place, yes, Berlin is die Hauptstadt von Deutschland. Then we'll put the name in the end. We wouldn't say Berlin is the capital. We wouldn't say Berlin is Germany's capital. We'll say Berlin is capital Germany's. Yes, name goes in the end. So Berlin ist die Hauptstadt Deutschlands. Now, when we come and make sentences with names, it's easy, but when we make sentences with nouns, like we read in the last lesson, the last sentence, that is the car of an actor. Das ist das Auto von einem Schauspieler. Schauspieler being an actor. There is where we cannot use the same rule. We cannot say that is actor's car. In German, we cannot say das ist Schauspieler's Auto. It'll be wrong. To make that sentence, we need to learn something which is the genitive articles. Yes. So this is the last column of articles which we'll be doing. Let's have a quick look together. Now, before we get started with genitive, here is a quick review of what we did already. We did the nominative articles, yes, in which we learned der, die, das, die. We learned accusative articles with the question whom, den, die, das, die, and we did dative, to whom and for whom, basically dem, der, dem, den, yes, with the meaning being to the or for the, yes, perfect. Now, the fourth column, which we'll be doing right now, is genitive, in which the question is whose and the articles are des, der, der. Very easy to remember like that, des, der, and there is an extra s with des. That means there is an extra s for masculine and neutrum. Okay, let's see how to use these. Now let's bring back the same sentence. That is the car of the actor. Das ist das Auto von dem Schauspieler. Now what we'll do, that we will basically use the article des, der, which means of the, as you can see here, and we'll replace von dem. We'll make it genitive by introducing, instead of saying von dem, which is like of the, von is a preposition and it's a dative preposition, which we'll be learning about in the future, and Schauspieler in dative masculine will be dem. So von dem Schauspieler, we wouldn't say von dem. We'll introduce rather a genitive article, and depending upon the gender of Schauspieler, Schauspieler is masculine, as we learned. So we'll say das ist das Auto, we'll replace von dem, and the question is whose Auto, we'll go to whose, and we'll write masculine, that is this. So we'll write this Schauspieler, and we'll add the extra s at the end of Schauspieler. That's why it'll become Schauspielers. Das ist das Auto des Schauspielers. Fantastic. That is the car of the female actor. Das ist das Auto von der Schauspielerin. We changed the noun into feminine like we learned by adding a in. It became das ist das Auto von der Schauspielerin. And now we'll basically ask whose auto it is. And with this genitive structure, we'll get the answer. It's a feminine actor, it's female actor, so it's der Schauspielerin. So we'll write das ist das Auto der Schauspielerin. Fantastic. Now this could also be applied for the indefinite article. Yes, we already learned the nominative answering who, eine, ein. Yes, the endings are being borrowed from the definite article except for der, das, and das. All the endings get carried over. Yes, perfect. And einen, eine, ein for accusative, answering the question whom. We also did dative, that is the answering the question to whom and for whom, which was einem, einer, einem, to a or for a, depending on the question. Now we'll do the question whose, which is genitive, and it'll be basically taking the endings of the definite article as well. Eines, einer, eines. Perfect. And just like indefinite article, masculine neutrum gets an s, masculine neutrum gets an s. Perfect. Now that is the car of the actor, of a actor. Yes, not of the actor, that we already did. of a actor. Das ist das Auto von einem Schauspieler. So whose car is this? Actor is masculine. We'll go to eines and we'll write das ist das Auto eines Schauspieler and we'll add an S, Schauspielers. Fantastic. Now this could even be applied for the negative article. Let's say we have a look at Nominativ. We already know we did this. Kein, keiner, keiner. Basically added a K in front of the indefinite article, except there is a plural version as well when it comes to negative article. Yes. Okay, in Akkusativ, for whom we had keinen, keiner, keiner. All the endings being borrowed from the definite article. Yes, as before, except for der, das, and das. And Dativ, again, question is to whom, and for whom the articles are keinem, keiner, keinem, keinen. Perfect. Now we'll do, and the meaning was to know or for know. Yes, we'll correct this. Now moving on to genitive, the question is whose, and it'll be of no. Keines, keiner, keines, keiner. Yeah, just placed a K in front. We got the genitive articles. Now let's say it's a pretty old car, doesn't look like a car of an actor. So you say, das ist das Auto von keinem Schauspieler. So whose car is it not? Das ist das Auto. And we'll say of no. Actor is masculine. So we'll say keines. Yes, keines Schauspielers. Fantastic. Das ist das Auto keines Schauspielers. Super. So moving forward, we'll have some sentences here. Let's have a look and see if we can solve them. So the first question is, that is the car of the actress. How will we do it? Let's find out. First, we'll write, what is that in German? That in German is known as das. Not the das, the article, but das, like in general, also means that. Yes, it's just a reference word. Das ist the car. The car is das Auto. What is it? It's das Auto. So we'll go to what. What is it? Car is das Auto. Fantastic. Come back to the sentence. Das ist das Auto. Perfect. Of the actress. Now we need of the. Whose car is it? We need definite article. Let's go back. Whose car is this? It's actress. So we'll say feminine. Der. That means of the. So we'll write der Schauspielerin. Yes, Schauspielerin. Perfect. We add an extra in to make it into feminine. Yeah. Okay. Now we can make it into plural as well. These are the cars of the actresses. So we could write, these would be, we'll be learning it in the future. Let me help you out here. These are, perfect, are the cars. We'll conjugate for plural since we're talking about plural. Sind die Autos. Whose cars are these? Of the actresses. We'll go to genitive. Whose actresses is plural. We'll go to der. Perfect. We'll write once again der Schauspielerin, and it's a feminine noun. To make it into plural, we add a en. Perfect. And in feminine nouns, we also add an extra n here because the way we speak it. Diese sind die Autos der Schauspielerinnen. Perfect. Well done. Okay. Now let's do the next one. The son of the neighbor takes the dogs of the area for walk. So basically we'll begin with the son. Who takes? It's the son. So basically we'll go to who. Son is masculine. We'll say der Sohn. Let's write down der Sohn. Very good. The verb is, okay, first we need to say of the neighbor. So whose son? It's of the. Whose son? We'll go back. We'll find whose, and its neighbor is masculine. We'll say this. Very good. So we'll say der Sohn, this, and there is an extra S. Neighbor is Nachbar. We'll add an extra S. Nachbars. Very good. Let me space it out. Der Sohn des Nachbars. What is the verb? It says takes the dog. So the verb to take is nehmen. Yes, it's a little irregular verb, and we'll conjugate it for third person. We're talking about their zone, and we'll add a T, remove the EN, and change the E into I. That makes it nimmt. Yes, the thing is, we'll change the H into M as well. If you remember, we did the verb when we practiced the verbs. Yes, so it's like the son of the neighbor takes. What does he takes? So it's again the dogs. So we go to what does he takes? Dogs are plural, so we'll write the, and we'll make a plural of dog. Dog is hund, masculine. We'll add a E and introduce an umlaut. We'll do it like the Hunde. Perfect. So we write here the Hunde. Perfect. Of the area. So whose dog? Of the area. So we'll go back. Area is basically whose. It'll be whose dog. Areas. Area is feminine. It'll be their. And area is called Gegend. So I'll write their Gegend. And for a walk, I'll help you out here. It's zum Spazieren. Perfect. Spazieren is to walk. For walk, zum Spazieren. Fantastic. So let's read it together. Der Sohn des Nachbars nimmt die Hunde der Gegend zum Spazieren. Fantastic. Yeah. All right. Now I'll do one last one with you. The students of a school give to the teachers of the school a party. So we'll begin with who. It's the students. Students are basically plural. So who will be the, and student will be the Studenten. Let's have a look here. The Studenten. Yes, Studenten. Fantastic. The Studenten of a school. Now, how would I say of a? Basically, whose student of a school. Looking for indefinite article, we go to indefinite article and look for whose. School is feminine, so we find out einer, and we write here einer Schule. Perfect. The Studenten einer Schule. Now, what do? They give. Give is the verb geben. We need to conjugate it for third person plural. They give. That is the same as the basic form, geben. The Studenten eine Schule geben to the teachers. So the question is, to whom do they give? Dative. To the teachers. Teachers is plural. We'll go down to plural den, and we'll write den. Teachers is Lehrer. We'll make it Lehrern with an extra N, which belongs to den. Dative plural. Yes. And it's a ER ending verb, so there's no additional changes. It remains basically the same. We just add an N of the article. Yes. Die Studenten einer Schule geben den Lehrern of the school. Now, whose teachers are they? Schools. Yes. So basically, we'll go back of the, and whose school is feminine. So we'll write there. So we'll write, come back and write der Schule. Very good. Okay, have to write it. Yes. Die Studenten einer Schule geben den Lehrern der Schule what? A party. So let's go back and find out. Okay, we have what in front of us. What? It's party and it's feminine. So we'll pick up eine and we'll write here eine Party. Fantastic. So these were some sentences I did with you for genitive when the sentence is made with nouns. I would recommend you try to do the others by yourself. Yes. And I'm sure you'll get the answers. You can always refer the answer book. Perfect. And super. So I'll meet you in the next lesson. We'll continue with some more important genitive sentences. Till then, practice. See you.